What up, my dudes? Welcome back to another Elune video, and I didn't expect we were going to get some patch notes too, along with our balancing patch that we got yesterday. Now, the balancing patch is not taking effect, I believe, until next week, and it looks like this may not happen until next week, because it says the update schedule is to be determined, so this may not be taking into effect for a little bit, but they are giving us a sneak peek, and it does say version 2.1.0 sneak peek, so this may not happen until the following week, because that's when the balancing takes place, so that would kind of make sense. But we are going to be getting a new hero with Alvida, so I will be going over her in a second, but I highly recommend you guys do save your rubies until she does come out. I am not going to be summoning at all, for sure. I already have one copy of every legend in the game, so I don't need to summon outside of dupes, but you may even want to hold on to your tickets if you can. Unfortunately, my ticket, I believe, would have expired before she would have came out, and I already opened it. But anything that could potentially get you her, you may want to hold on to it unless it's going to expire before her release. Like I said, I would assume her release will be either next Tuesday or next Wednesday, but they may have her come out earlier. We'll have to find out. But additionally, we're going to have a Dimensional Guardian content sub-quest system added, so that's going to be a whole new content in the game. You can see the missions in each dimension in the adventure map, and you can earn various rewards when you complete these missions. So that may be similar to like the NPC stuff that we have going on right now in Adventure. So that's pretty cool. I'm always down for more rewards by doing our daily, most of us are just farming Adventure for as much as we can to try to get as far along as we can with way grind on top of, getting gold and other resources, leveling for fusion, all that kind of good stuff. And the Alliance Boss will renew after the 2.1.2.0 update, which makes sense. Now, this is a very big thing, and I almost missed this. More details on Alliance Battle, World Boss, new event, and Select Summon Season 2 will be announced at a later date once closer to implementation. How do you pronounce that? Oh my god, I butchered that. Implementation. Alright. Anyway, details will be shared at a later time on the announcement, so that makes me think that possibly the Select Summon 2 probably could be a decent time away, because it sounds like this is going to be later than everything else, which is crazy. I've never played a game where we've actually gotten a second Select Summon. Now, there's no guarantee that's going to be free to play or if that's going to be a paid option. We'll have to see how that pans out, but still really awesome. We're going to be getting the World Boss and more things on Alliance Battle as well. So that is pretty sweet. So World Boss, I would assume that's going to be probably similar to an Alliance Boss, because Alliance Boss right now is basically your Alliance goes in and they battle it and, until it's dead sort of deal. World Boss, from other games I've played, that's been about the same thing, but Alliance Battle will be like our Guild Wars. So that's basically what Alliance Battle will be. And then a new event, I would assume that's going to be, similar to the event we either had, or it's going to be a whole new style of events we're going to get. So now let's go into the improvements. Pretty cool things. So the chat, Elune, equipment, skill gym acquisition, and Alliance chat, Alliance login notifications will now be toggled on and off in your settings. Pretty cool. Add feature to view this in the previous season's last records. On the air battle main menu, you can click my season record button to view so basically to view your past points ranking and win rate. Alright, added feature in Elune details where you can remove Elunes in bulk from teams. That's good. That's really good. That way you don't have to go through every individual team. If you know you're going to need to fuse this particular hero because it just reached whatever level and it was in multiple teams, and you can basically just remove them all at once. That's awesome. Added a feature to sort the replay by, recommendation time. I don't think that's really too terrible. But this, probably the biggest thing, because how many of us have excess amount of normal Elune seeds? We can swap them in for skill gems. That is freaking awesome. So, especially for specific colors that we need. Like, a lot of us need the purple ones a lot. So, purple and blue is personally what I'm always out of. So that is awesome. I'm definitely going to be sticking a lot of my seeds into that. So that's sweet. And then we added a button that can be used to reject all applications in the Alliance approval list. I'm sure my guild master is super stoked for that. And Elune details gear drop-down menu has been added for easier gear filtering by type. Okay, that's good. So I guess that would mean we can probably sort by the specific type of gear, like if it's a corrupt gear or if it's a BJ gear, so on and so forth. Add ability to craft multiple skill boots at once in Labyrinth. Okay, that's pretty cool. Fixed display ranking, Chaos Tower lobby. Fixed Alliance rankings to display the top 50 rather than just top 10. That's good. And when 5-star, 6-star costumes are acquired from evolving, it has been adjusted not to switch to these costumes if a special costume is equipped. Okay. Adjusted to the Coco's task cleared if Dimensional Wave 1 was cleared before receiving this task. Okay. So that basically Dimensional Wave 1. So you're not screwed and have to wait a whole day, because you can only, even if you wanted to refresh, you can't refresh Dimensional Wave. So that's pretty cool that for you guys that haven't cleared out your Coco's task, which is basically your kind of like guide one-time missions you guys can do throughout the game. You guys can still get that if you already cleared it if you were at that point in the game. All right, improve difficulty selection button in Lighter Temple by separating the 4 dungeons and adding a phrase for entry rules to avoid confusion. Okay, I don't really know what the confusion was, but sure. In Adventure, it has been adjusted so you can no longer take identical friends Elune. Oh, that kind of sucks. All right, so you can't take if you're running a Kang, you can't take a friend Kang. Basically, you can only have one of every hero, including the friend unit. What I hope they do is that we can bounce if like we're taking on hard content, like if we're autoing like stage 5 and up in hard mode. I hope they'll make it so that we can actually go through our whole friend list and it will randomly swap out friends if we're on auto repeat. Because otherwise, if you want to beat like some of the levels, like it really limits the amount of farmers that you have to take, or you can even clear it. So I hope that one day they'll do that. If Gameville happens to be watching my video, if they will eventually do that, because Overhit does do that, so that's something that they should probably do with an auto repeat friend function, you know. And now this is pretty big. No longer fees for exploration. So now explorations will just straight up net you gold. So that's good. So that's pretty awesome. All right, and the combat improved graphics, improved display of the cooldown on the ultimate skills, and the character details during battle. Okay, that was super needed. Okay, thank you. Before, we had no idea knowing when our cooldowns were unless you were keeping track of it mentally. So that is awesome. Okay, that's sweet. Improved the processing speed of passive skills. Okay. Added feature to save auto on and off setting by each battle content. I don't really know what that means, to be honest. Added feature to save auto on and off by setting it. Okay. The following has been changed for the banished status effect. The ability to target certain columns has been improved so that if all characters are in the front line are banished, the back line can be selected instead. So highlighted text colors have been changed to increase the readability of all skills. Okay. And then this is a bunch of issues. I'm not going to go through all that stuff. That's crazy. Too much stuff to go over. So, yeah. So, all those issues. All right. So, miscellaneous in the package shop. Packages that have already been purchased have been modified to fail to the bottom. Okay. That makes sense. If additional download data is less than 1 megabyte, it has been modified to display in the kill. Okay. Sure. Improved chat functions to stabilize chat servers. Added rate button for GM support in a Elune package combo, and enhanced fraud detection, and full support for Android 64-bit build. Okay, so that's all the stuff. That's actually awesome. We got improvements majorly in the Labyrinth. Us being able to craft skill gems is a huge thing. So that is an awesome quality of life. I didn't expect we were going to get more quality of life content updates for this, but that is actually insane. A lot of awesome things have been added. Obviously, we have things to look forward to with the Alliance Battle, World Boss, Select Summons, but let's go over the new hero and why you guys should be saving. Okay. So, she is a legend hero, obviously. Only one legend hero. Thank God we only have one added, not like 2 added to the game. Alright. So, 830 damage at level skill with 1.1 1.11 physical damage. So she's a physical attack unit. She is a debuffer, it looks like. Yeah, a debuffer class. Female. And so Steel Rain, her special AoE weakening effect hits all enemies 10 times, dealing 840 plus 1.01 attack physical damage total, and inflicts weakening effect that reduces attack speed by 45% for 3 turns. So max goes up to 45%. Then ultimate magic damage. So this is different. So she goes to an AoE magic damage on her ultimate, but has physical damage on her S1 and S2, which means she could be a very potentially good unit for IMA boss battles. Interesting. Alright, hits all enemies 14 times, dealing 1150 plus 1.71 attack, magic damage, and inflicts weakening effect that reduces attack by 80% for 2 turns. So that is really good. Unfortunately, you will, if you are going to bring her into IMA, you are going to have to watch out how low your health is, and if she can survive the reflect damage on IMA. But that is awesome. An 80% attack rate for 2 turns is pretty crazy good. So that is insanely good utility, super good utility on this hero. Having an attack break and speed down on it is very, very good. It seems like our damage output is very, very good as well. Obviously, this is maxed out, so obviously when you first get her, she's not going to hit very, very hard in comparison to reading this. Alright, so now let's go over her passive. Increases attack by 5% for each weakening effect applied to enemies. So this can combine with your other debuffers or other units that have weakening effects as well, so keep that in mind. So passive 1 seems very, very strong overall. Alright, passive 2 ignores enemy weakened resistance when attacking an enemy that has less than 50% health, and prevents them from gaining weakened tolerance even when weakened effects are successful. Wow, that's so good. So basically, you bring her in on your boss battles, and when you get to an enemy less than 50%, it's going to basically, it should make it so that all your debuffs... So this basically makes Chloe CC comp completely busted. Because normally the boss is going to, develop more and more resistance as you keep landing that particular debuff. But once the boss has less than 50% health and... ignores enemies' resistance when attacking an enemy that's less than 50% and prevents them from gaining weakened tolerance, even when weakened tolerant effects are successfully applied. That's insane. Wow. That's really, really good. Okay. Increases enemy soul consumption by 1 for each weakened effect that Alvida has. That seems really, really strong as well. So, any time she has debuffs on her, basically it's going to increase the amount of soul consumption used by the enemies. So, a very, very good ability there as well. So these are her gym stat bonuses. So on her S1, 5% chance of reducing enemies' invasion by 10% for 2 turns. Okay. I mean, 10% is actually pretty good. But this is for just evasion, so I don't know how useful, honestly, that's going to be. Alright, so here we go. Steel Rain, 5% chance of reducing enemies' crit rate by 10% for 2 turns. 5% is really, really low. I don't know if this is worth really going for a complete set. If you need the gems for other abilities, like maybe for purple for speed or something like that. 5% is just really, really low. All right, 10% chance of reducing enemies' max HP by 10% for 2 turns. This is really good though. I think this is a good set to complete here. It does have and it has a flexibility of blue, indigo, and violet, so that makes it so you can get stats from different things. And then you could prioritize your stats here. So I think if you're going to complete a set, definitely on our ultimate, it's going to be the way to go. Because 10% for 10% damage, which means every 10 times you use this, you're going to get a 10% HP reduction. And it lasts for 2 turns. So that's really good. And then these are her stats. So at regular 6-star, I'm going to just go by 6-star because most of you guys are not going to have her +5. 24,000 HP, pretty good. 8,000 attack, which is pretty, I mean, it's decent. I'd say it's decent. And then defense for physical at 35, and then we got magical defense at 29. Attack speed is at 109, so pretty well developed for attack speed. I guess say she's like medium to slow, I guess, like kind of on the slower end, because I believe like Fahrenheit's one of the slower units in the game. He's 105, She's just barely faster than him. So as far as for a debuffer, I think that is pretty slow. But, you know, overall, her kit is amazing, guys. Like I said, I think you guys should definitely hold on to your gems and try to pull for her. So if you guys enjoyed today's patch notes video, definitely drop a like down below if you guys did enjoy. And let me know what you guys think of Alvida and the upcoming patch. So hopefully we'll be having in either a couple of days or a week. I expect this to be a week, but we'll have to see, you know, if you guys have your input on the patch notes and Alvida. Definitely drop them in the comment section down below. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure you subscribe to the channel as always for some more Elune content. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video today and the continued support as always. And I'll see you guys in the next Elune video. Peace out, guys.